This is my assessment of Harari's Disillusionment, a chapter. And what it is that let's look at the story. The liberal story is democracy, capitalism, and humanism. And that liberal story, it grew from in 1970, 1995 to hundreds of the nations. So it feels like it should be the right story, but it's not delivering. And let's see what is the expected delivered services from the story. And it's expected that it would at least do, and if you look at Maslow needs, at least do the bottom two layers, the physiological and the safety layer. Or there's other models we can look at. We can look at a model that basically says these are all the things that government services should do because they replace what our tribal family services were in the past. And then the third way of looking at it is if we just take all of the needs that were identified and all the services that were identified in Fukuyama's book, where he talks of the list of expected government services. But when we look at all of those, and what we're seeing is that basically the current story just is not delivering that. And the question is, why not? And we're going to look at two possibilities. Okay, one possibility is that it's the wrong model or the wrong story. The other possibility is that we just have a bad implementation of the story. Now, the interesting thing about the idea of the bad implementation is the conservative, progressive, and liberal view of it is that they don't want to change the story. All three of those really believe that it's a bad implementation. They just believe that they just like to see a different type of implementation. However, Harari's thing is that with what's going on in infotech and biotech, we really have to be concerned because if they feed our existing bad implementation, that it actually will get significantly worse. And that's his big issue. So what he suggested is that maybe we should consider actually putting together a new story. And the new story should contain and start with the infotech and biotech stuff. And it should have things like Harari's scorecard of reducing suffering, advantaging objective reality, and welcoming disruptive technologies. The question is whether that story would even need to have a polity, a money, and a belief pieces to it, universals, is not sure. And so what he's done in 21 lessons is he said, let's look at 21 lessons, 21 things that he thinks are going on right now. And let's look at those and let's put together some policies that they present. And let's look at them and evaluate them as to will they do and deliver ultimately what we're looking for the new story to contain. Thank you.